He'll roll.
What's up? Tacos.
JDT
coming live and direct from the Rat's Nest.
Well, it's not really live because we're taping it. But yeah, I know.
Well, it's live right now.
It's live right now.
Yeah, yeah.
But it's not going to be live when they watch this.
True.
We got Brian.
Big Brian.
Yeah,
Brian
Brian
Wilson
from the Rat's Nest. Yeah, Brian Wilson, not a Beach Boy fame.
Yeah, the #1 owner and proprietor of this fine establishment.
Indubitably.
You know, we always talk about the Rat's Nest. Brian is also a founding member of the Loose Lug Nuts,
who we feature quite often on Jet Dry Tacos.
World famous.
They're the guys that brought you the booby booth.
You got to have a claim to fame. I guess
that's
you
can't love it. You know, like.
Hey, that was our best week ever on the website.
Yeah, it was absolutely insane. But thank you for that.
Yeah, you know, we wanted to come here. We wanted to talk about, introduce y'all to the shop, what he does out here, and you know, have some fun. So
hells yeah.
You know, I just got to ask, you know, tell me how it all began for you here at the Rat's Nest. How did it all begin?
Back in the day.
And
back
what
in
is
the
it
day.
exactly?
Well, originally I started out in gay porn, and
so did
after a little,
most people
yeah,
actually,
you too.
surprisingly, so many people get their start in gay porn.
I was Snippy McGee. Snippy
McGee.
I had a little incident, you know, with the meat grinder. So that career didn't work
you
out.
know, every
after
once
that.
in a while they just ask you to do something a little bit more daring.
I thought it would have been all right, you know. The mousetrap was fine.
Yeah.
It didn't bother me at all. But
they reach that
you doing
point
this
when
in Germany?
Germany.
Everybody.
Most people start in gay porn in Germany. The Germans just love that shit.
So I had to have a fallback career after that.
Understandable.
You know, through my travels in the gay porn area, we'd been all over the world, and I collected a lot of stuff that I kept in little boxes at home, and I said, man, if everything goes bad in gay porn, I'm going to open a little store and waste away and drink beer. And so that's how the Rat's Nest came about.
Okay.
And I just live a few blocks away, so I can stumble home all the time.
Piece of cake.
And it works out well over in this North Charlotte area. By the way, I'm going to refuse to ever call it NoDa. I'm going to be an old school guy and over here in North Charlotte.
Okay.
So that's our only stipulation here at the Rat's Nest.
Okay.
We're not NoDa guys.
The Rat's Nest up in North
Charlotte.
Recognize.
Off of North Davidson.
Which scares the hell out of people.
Now tell them what y'all. Now we're gonna give you a little tour later, but tell them what you focus on here as far as
we have random items, everything vintage, old, or unusual. From cowboy boots to Wienermobiles to
pogo sticks.
It's just
Atari.
Alvin telephones.
Is everything for sale?
Everything is for sale except the Velvet Elvis behind the counter.
You can't get rid of it.
And I started with the Velvet Elvis, you know, in my early youth, and I got to hold on to something.
It's a collector's piece.
And that kind of does. You know, once that is gone, I think that the store will have to be.
Yeah.
That'll be it.
I understand. That'll be like last thing out the door.
Last thing out the door.
On your liquidation days.
When I move out at midnight some night in town.
Now, did you always know you were going to be in the fashion industry? I mean,
I had no idea.
Was it a dream of yours since you were a kid?
It was a dream since I was little. When Grandpa made me work in the sweatshops, and I was working at 4 in the sweatshops, and I was. That's when I first hit my first fashion desire. I was like, man, if you can make 75 cents a day at this, there's no reason to try anymore.
There's really not
much. You saw the owner driving the Benz, and you said, well, I got to own my own sweatshop.
Exactly. So we do about 75 cents a day here from time to time.
That's not bad.
And, you know, that keeps us in cold,
PBR.
Cold beverage. And I don't know if they're a sponsor or not. So if anybody's watching out there, there should be a sponsor for Jet Dry Tacos.
And the Rat's Nest.
Yeah, and the Rat's Nest. Feel free to contact any of us.
Yeah.
And set that up.
Well, and you know, here's the thing. You bring up the point that he's a fashion mogul. And you look around here, and you see such an eclectic and just odd taste. Now, you're the main buyer for the store, right?
That's correct.
Like, you're the one out there hitting the streets.
Yep.
Like, where is it you find all this stuff?
Usually in basements. People.
Do the people know you're in their house?
No, not at the time.
Okay, I was just checking that.
You got to go about 2:30 at night. There's a lot of, you make a little racket at the front. Somebody comes with you. That draws everybody to
distraction.
The front. I come in the back, start rifling through stuff and everything.
Yeah.
And then the next morning, somebody's waking and be like, Edna, where did I put my Rolling Stones shirt? And next thing you know, it's on sale down at the Rat's Nest.
It's on sale at the Rat's Nest.
Well, not on sale.
Yeah,
no, it's on sale.
This is vintage.
Yeah,
that's one of those things you have to keep in mind.
One thing straight.
Yeah.
This isn't like
there's not a sale.
This isn't a thrift store. This isn't like where you're gonna find
this isn't
your
Salvation Army.
No, not even close. This is vintage clothing or odd finds. Just
vintage slash honky tonk, right?
Yeah,
honky tonk. You get a little bit of sports themed here and there. You get just odd T-shirts.
I've seen women come in here and buy work dresses.
Work dresses. That's true. That's true.
There's some good stuff.
Of course, they work on stage most of the time. They work on stage.
I was going to say, I think I
support all women, no matter what they're doing.
Hey,
so I try to keep a wide.
If they're putting their way through college, paying their way through college, there's nothing wrong with that.
Absolutely.
Now, I got a question. Now, if you were, let's say, to get into the fashion design business, what would be, what would you design? What would be your signature, piece or your signature kind of move in the fashion
Funny
industry?
you should mention that. I've been working on something at home.
Yeah.
I got some plans drawn. I'm working on it. I don't know how to quite bring it about. I don't know if Charlotte's ready for it.
Okay.
It's a good line of banana hammocks for everybody.
Okay.
I see guys at the pool and they're doing the board shorts and everything. I got some banana hammocks that'll look real good. They're a little tighter than Speedos.
Just some constructed ones for Jared?
Themed one.
Are they themed?
We're thinking about making them themed, We don't know any copyright laws or anything like that quite yet.
Right.
We thought maybe we could get the little shooter or something like the big shooter. We're trying to come up with a marketing idea right now as we speak.
Can you make? You should do something like a bottle opener, on the front.
Bottle opener banana hammock.
Patent pending copyright. Patent pending.
Exactly. Nothing says hardcore like opening your beer with your cock. I mean, that's just fucking.
Ooh,
that's just it's like, you know what? I'm at the beach. I got a pop top, and it's just like you're getting laid that night if you can open your beer with your cock.
Wow! I think we may all of a sudden have a partner. Right?
Coming at you. It'll be on the back of the thong part.
Right there on the back of the side.
Across the top where the
bullseye. Introduce the Ask the Rat here.
I know you guys get questions.
Yeah, we get emails all the time. Like
people wondering about stuff. Just life choices or what's going on in my life. I don't know what's happening. So, and occasionally the Rat's Nest gets some. And
get a little mail.
Yeah. This
and its customers aren't as sophisticated. The internet.
Yeah, if it comes in snail mail.
It comes in snail mail.
You're gonna open it with your comb.
Yeah.
It's the kind of style we work here at the Rat's Nest.
So I do get a question occasionally, and this question, where is it from? London, England. All the way from London, England. I'm not making it up.
It says London right there.
From London, England.
Yeah, see London, England.
And it says, Dear Mr. Rat, I've got nuts in my doo-doo. What do I do?
Oh. Like peanuts or like?
Yeah. And it says, what do I do? I haven't eaten any nuts lately, and they're still there. What could be the problem?
How do you help somebody that has like a concern like that?
Here's what I would
obviously a sensitive topic.
Well, to start off with, obviously, it's better to have nuts in your doo-doo than doo-doo on your nuts. So I mean, that's we got that out of the way. So don't worry about that.
No matter what, it could be a lot worse.
It could be worse.
It could be worse. But what I would suggest is, just pick them out, run them through again. Maybe there's a digestion problem or something. So,
or put them in your mouth instead of up your butt.
Yeah, that could be another option.
I'd start by chewing.
Chewing works.
I'd run them back again, chew them, see if they are
it's still there.
Yeah. I mean, and if so, then
it's a mystery of life.
It might be beyond the rat.
It could be.
At that point.
It could be beyond the
It
realm.
might be ask a professional doctor.
Might not be out of the reach of your gerbil.
Should we verify that they are nuts, too?
Yeah, that could be it.
You probably want to...
Might be marbles or something.
Throw them at a squirrel.
It could be a hungry hippo that signed this.
Could be.
Something. He got little marbles.
Yeah, open up and there it goes.
Oh, shit. I tell
But
you
we
what.
will investigate further and get back.
Okay, he'll get back to you on that. He'll snail mail that back to you over there at my boy Soup over in London.
Yeah. Now, I tell you, we're gonna wrap it up here for the little Q&A with Brian. We're gonna give y'all a little tour.
Tour of the nest.
3-hour tour.
3 hours. So the battery doesn't last that long on a camera.
Come to the Rat's Nest up in North Charlotte.
North Charlotte, off 36th Street.
Gallery crawl. Come here to Loose Love Nuts, and it won't be the last you see of Brian, because we think we're gonna make him a regular if we can.
We're gonna see what we can do.
I'm trying to get him in a banana hammocks.
Yeah. As long as I don't get measured personally, I think I'll be all right. But, in respect, we'll check you later.